Question for you. Have you ever taken 20 pairs of jeans into a dressing room with just a hope, that one will fit right, only to get them back home and have them bag out in your butt or your waist or your thighs? Or are you always pulling your jeans up? You got to pull them up after you sit down. You got to pull them up after you bend over. You got to pull them up after you do any sort of movement, even if you're just walking around. And the advice about jeans is all over the board. No, you need a really expensive pair of jeans. If you have a really expensive pair of jeans, then you will get the proper fit. No. Spend less. Jeans don't really matter. You want to have lots of different jeans, so you don't need to spend more than like $60 a pair to get great fitting jeans. You just need more. But here's the truth, friends. Outside of shopping for a swimsuit, shopping for jeans is the most frustrating clothing item to buy. And what's crazy is most of us wear jeans multiple times in a given week. And what's even crazier still, when you get the right pair of jeans, they're actually more comfortable than yoga pants. No joke. So why on earth are we having so many problems? Why is it so hard? It's something we wear all the time. They can be comfortable. They're in about every store. Why is it so difficult to buy them? The answer? Because we are making the same mistakes over and over and over again. So, in this episode of the Adore Your Wardrobe Show, I'm going to share 5 mistakes that you make when buying jeans and how to avoid them in the future. Let's get started. Everybody, welcome. It's Kelly Snyder from Adore Your Wardrobe, and if this is your first episode you have seen, I just want to say welcome. I'm so glad you are here. We're gonna have fun today. I run an online fashion education program called Adore Your Wardrobe, and I've been doing it for the last 8 years. And in online years, that makes me like a dinosaur. But in that time, I have helped thousands of women demystify fashion through body symmetry formulas that are based in math and science. And in this video, I'm going to share with you some information that's actually part of my paid program in regards to jeans. You're going to get a little sneak peek of some of the information you would have if you go into the Adore Your Wardrobe course. Let's get started. Mistake number 1. Thinking that all jeans are created equal. Okay, so this mistake isn't about how much money you've spent on your jeans or where you've bought them at. This mistake is about something that very few people think about when they purchase jeans or even when they're trying them on, and that is fabric content. Inside every pair of jeans, you'll see a tag. We all know this, right? The jeans all have a tag. On that tag includes a lot of great information that you probably didn't know was there. It includes not only the brand of jeans, but the style of jeans and the size. But also, if you either flip it onto the back or go through, sometimes there's like 27 tags, but going through the tags, you'll see that it also has the fabric content listed. So what fabric content is the different percentages of different fabrics that make up the overall composition of the jeans material. And it's so important to take a hot minute and read the tag because fabric content impacts the way jeans fit you. Okay, so if you think about it this way, have you ever bought a pair of jeans that fit awesome in the dressing room? Like you're looking at your butt, you're like, I look like I'm 18 again. These feel amazing. These are great. And then you get them home and you wear them the first day out. And then by the end of the day, they're either bagging in the butt or the thighs, or the waist is too big and you're pulling them up and you wonder what the heck happened. Or another example of this is, do you have a pair of jeans and maybe they fit okay, but after say a couple of months, they start pilling in the thigh area where it almost has like these little dots of material that are there. And both of these scenarios, well, they're fabric issues. When we were younger, jeans were almost universally made of 100% cotton. If you remember it, like you used to have to lay on the bed and you would squeeze into your jeans and then you would suck in your gut and you would zip it up and you would snap it and then you would get up and the jeans would be kind of stiff at the beginning, but as the day would wear on, they would get a little bit more softer or a little bit more relaxed. It wasn't ever that they would start to bag. It was more about that they just kind of felt a little bit less rugged than they did when you originally put them on them, like right after the wash. And you probably also remember, like, cotton didn't pill. So we didn't have necessarily the situation where they would rub in the thighs and then the material would pill, or even to the point of wearing out. Like if you saw somebody with worn out jeans, it's usually because they were digging in the mud with their knees in the dirt and then mom had to put a patch on it. But overall, we didn't have necessarily the same issues with jeans that we do now because the fabric content was drastically different. But today, companies are adding more and more spandex and lycra and elastane. All of these are man-made materials because they give a little bit of stretch. And they're also adding more materials like polyester and rayon and nylon for cost savings because the feel is a little bit different, it's a little bit smoother, a little bit softer. And also because for color options, the color tends to stay longer than cotton that's just dyed. So there are times when a pair of jeans can actually be less than 50% cotton because the remainder of the material is all of these man-made fabrics. Now, don't get me wrong, man-made materials are not a bad thing. Some materials like tencel are as strong as cotton and they're much more smooth to the touch. And stretch isn't a bad thing either. It can actually provide a better fit without the use of a tailor. And it's more apt to have a little bit of give and take to it, so it can allow us to have small weight gains either up or down without having to go to a different size of jeans. But understanding those fabrics and how they affect jeans and how they fit and how they will wear throughout the day, and not just when you're trying them on in the dressing room, is key. So here's a couple things I want you to keep in mind. First off, jeans with higher than 2% lycra, spandex, or elastane can lose their shape faster. So if you grab your next NYDJ jeans and you look at it and the tag says 50% cotton with 31% tencel with 16% polyester with 3% lycra spandex, know that they have a pretty good chance of stretching out by the end of the day as compared with a pair of jeans that say is 100% cotton. So how do you fix this, right? Like just me telling you your mistakes of not looking at the fabric content isn't enough. How do you fix it? And I would tell you the thing that you want to do is you make sure that you look at the fabric label as you are trying on your jeans to ensure you know how they are going to fit now in the dressing room and in 8 hours or even 3 wears later from now. If they have a higher level of stretchy stuff, understand that they're going to fit a little bit more snugly when you first put them on, right? So after you've washed them, you've dried them, when you first put them on, they may be a little bit more snug. But as the day goes on, they're going to stretch out a little bit, and you want to have a good fit at the beginning of the day as well as at the end of the day. So the bonus tip on this is make sure that this tip where I say looking at your fabric content and understanding what it means, and so that you can kind of figure that out, is also true even if you are dedicated to one brand. Brands change fabric content all the time. And so just because you have a beloved pair of jeans in a certain brand and you go to buy those same jeans the next season doesn't always mean that the fabric content is going to be the same. So make sure you check out the tag before you just buy them on hope, because things can change. Okay, mistake number 2 is a little bit tied to mistake number 1. And mistake number 2, thinking how the jeans fit in the dressing room is how they're going to fit later in the day. Okay, we talked about fabric content and how this stretchy stuff is going to continue to stretch as the day goes on. And I wish I could give you a sliding scale, right? That I could say 2% stretchy stuff does this, 3% stretchy stuff does that, 6% stretchy does that. But it's a little bit of a crapshoot because it's going to be a combination of not only the stretchy stuff, but the quality of the other materials too. I've had jeans that have had a 3% lycra to them, but because of the other materials were so much more higher quality, they didn't stretch out nearly as badly as, say, another pair of 3% jeans with lesser quality materials that tended to stretch out pretty quickly. And because of this, because there isn't a sliding scale, because I can't say if it's 2% do this, if it's 3% do this, if it's 4% do this, I advise every one of my students inside of my program to wear their jeans with the tags still on them for 6 hours. Okay, Don't look at me like I'm nuts. You're like, did she just say I'm supposed to walk around the house with the jeans that still have the tags on them for 6 hours? Is she for real on that? Okay, the reason I tell you to do that is because wearing those jeans for 6 hours allows you to see how these jeans are going to last at the end of the day. Most of the stretch happens within the first 6 hours of wear. So while the stretch may happen a little bit at hour 7, hour 8, and hour 9, it's really pretty minimal in comparison to the stretch that happens in those first 6 hours. And here's the thing, if they fit great after 6 hours, cut off the tags. If they don't, if they're bagging, if they're sagging, if you're having to constantly pull them up, you know what? It's time to go ahead and return them and either look for a different style or look for a different size. The thing about the 6 hour test is it doesn't have to be a solid 6, okay? So it can be a combination of 6 hours over the course of a couple of days. So if you want to wear your jeans for 2 hours on day 1, and then maybe 1 hour on day 2, and then maybe 2 hours on day 3, and then another hour some other time in the week, that's cool. It can be an hour here or there, or it can be 6 in a row, but you really want to make sure that you have those 6 hours of time wearing those jeans to see how they're really going to fit. Not only, like I said, immediately out of the wash, but then at the end of the day as well. And before you get all gross on me, because I get this, they're like, oh, gross. Like, that's gross. That's gross. Gross to wear your jeans for 6 hours and then return them? Gross. What are you doing? Stop. I want you to think about the number of people who try on clothes before you. You ain't getting no pristine pair of jeans when you go to Old Navy and try them on. Those jeans have been tried on by a lot of people before you, okay? I'm not trying to be gross, it's just the truth. So you wearing those jeans for 6 hours is no more or less gross than all the other people that have tried those jeans on in the dressing room before you. Truth. Okay, mistake number 3. Buying jeans that don't really fit because we've all done it. We have all bought jeans that just fit our trouble spots. Without a doubt, this is the most common mistake that I see women make over and over and over again. They worry about the fit, okay? The fit in a particular area. Usually it's their trouble spot. And then they forget fit everywhere else. They think, woo! They fit my thighs! Woohoo! And then they have to pull them up all day long because they're either too big in the waist or they've got to wear like the cinched belt look, you know, where you like cinch that belt super tight in order to have your pants stay up. And I hate to tell you this, but that just looks weird too. Or it's they fit my waist. Woo! And then they're too big in the butt and the thigh and they look baggy. Or they fit your legs, right? You're like, oh my gosh, I never have jeans that are long enough. Woo! But then they can either be tight or loose in the waist. Usually I see tight more often than not. And then you've got a muffin top. Or if they're too loose, they slide down. And so you're constantly having to pick them up. Fit is about making sure your jeans fit at the widest and longest points. And for each person, this is going to be a little bit different. While it is always, and hear me when I say this, it is always important to fit your widest or your longest point. It's also important to make sure that the other areas of your body that your pants are covering up aren't just having to deal with the aftermath. So how do you fix it? Well, I'm going to tell you, don't settle. Yes, it is very important for you to find jeans that either fit at your longest point or fit at your widest point. But then after that, find a tailor. Inexpensive alterations made by a tailor. And I'm telling you guys, these alterations that we're talking about right now really aren't very much money and they make a world of difference in regards to fit. And sometimes you can even purchase jeans at a department store and they will have a tailor on site that can do these alterations for you. But doing these small and inexpensive alterations, again, it's finding a tailor, means that your jeans will fit everywhere. Everywhere. Like, can you imagine? Everywhere. And not just in one particular place. So good fit is paramount for an ease-free wear. So when I say ease-free, it's like you don't have to constantly be pulling your jeans up because they actually fit you in the waist and lay nice on your hips. Or you don't have to pull your jeans down for the umpteenth time so you don't look like you're wearing high water. Again, ease-free fit means that you put your jeans on and they just stay on and they work. And in addition to that, they eliminate visual waste with the baggy butt and the baggy thigh that can happen when we don't do those alterations. Next, mistake number 4, buying jeans that give you a muffin top. Here's the deal. Most of us were not blessed with J-Lo abs or have had surgery in order to look like we have had J-Lo abs. So many of us, myself included, we got a bit of fluff in our midsection. Fluff is normal. Everybody's got it. I know you don't think that. I know you think that you have the most fluff of anybody you know, but you don't. Everybody's got fluff. The difference is, I don't want you to think anymore or to believe that your jeans are supposed to cut in the middle of your fluff and create that like ledge-like muffin top, right? That's not attractive, okay? Everybody's got fluff, but how we deal with our fluff really does impact fit. Indented fluff is as ill-fitting an experience as jeans that are too baggy, too short, or too long. So how do you fix it? I'm gonna give you 3 things that you can do. First, contemplate adjusting the size of your jeans. I know this one's hard, right? So like you finally get a pair of jeans, they say that they're a size 6, you've wanted to be size 6 for a really long time, but they're cutting you in the middle and you're getting that muffin top. But you're like, I can put these babies on. Like, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty happy about that. I want to encourage you that sizing doesn't mean squat in today's fashion world, okay? I have jeans in my closet right now that range from, wait for it, size 4 to size 12, okay? Vanity sizing is all over the place. So just because it says that you're a size 6 in this one brand, you could just as easily be a size 12 in another brand. And if you were to measure the jeans, they're gonna measure the same. Okay, so since we're not worried about size anymore, I want to encourage you, if you're getting muffin top, to go up a size. Usually going up one size is about a 1/2 inch to an inch that you get extra in the waist. But the thing I love about this is that we usually don't see that much extra fabric in the rest of the jeans. Typically, you get more leeway in the waist, and the rest of the jeans tend to be about a 1/4 inch to maybe a 1/2 inch difference. Going from that size 6 to the size 8 might actually give you just the room that you need to avoid the muffin top. And like I said before, this isn't always the case, and it's more of a generality. And of course, try your jeans on to see. But it is one of the things that I have found and I have recommended that really does change the silhouette and helps to eliminate that muffin top, which all of us pretty much dread. Next thing you can do is look for different jeans with a higher rise. Reason I recommend this is a higher rise can hold in the fluff because the waistband is higher than the fluff and it can actually kind of hold it in. It's almost like shapewear, built into jeans. Now, this doesn't mean you've got to get like the super high-rise jeans that go up to right below your bra line. I'm not necessarily recommending that, but just being aware that having a little bit higher of a rise can impact your silhouette helps you to become a more empowered shopper as you are trying on jeans. Finally, my last tip is to wear a little bit of shapewear. Now, don't be looking at me like that. I know as soon as I say the word shapewear, everybody's like, oh, shapewear. It doesn't have to be super restrictive. Sometimes just a shaping camisole that you can tuck into your jeans or even a high-rise power short can make all the difference in just smoothing that area out a little bit and avoiding that muffin top. Shapewear's changed a lot, guys. So if you haven't investigated current shapewear out there, I really would encourage you to do it. It is not what I call the super sausage squeezing Spanx that we saw in the 90s. There are lots of different versions that are comfortable and really do help kind of smooth everything out to give you a much more beautiful and slenderized silhouette. Because here's the deal, fluff isn't gonna go away. You can't, it's still there. Even a higher rise jean, even a size up, even a little bit of shapewear, your fluff is still gonna be there. So we can't change that. But what we can change is making sure there is not an indentation in our fluff anymore. Mistake number 5, not being intentional about the care of your jeans, so you gotta buy new ones sooner. All right, so this one's a little different. Like everything else I've given you up now is about when you're in the dressing room and you're shopping and you can be like, okay, I understand I need to look at the fabric content. I need to understand that I need to probably wear these jeans for a little bit of time to make sure they don't bag. I need to make sure that, I'm avoiding having a muffin top. I get all of that. And so when we get to this 5th one, it is more about once you get your jeans home, but it is so critical because I see women do this all the time And all it does is make the process of having to buy jeans go that much quicker. This mistake kills me. It kills me because I've watched women fix all the other mistakes, right? They're doing everything perfect. And so they finally find the perfect pair of jeans and they're thinking to themselves, I have won the lottery. I cash in my ticket. I am on cloud nine because I've never been able to find jeans that work for me. And now I do. And I want to wear them all the time. And they do. They wear them all the time and they look amazing on them. And then we get to the washing portion of our jeans and it all falls apart. I've watched women wash their favorite jeans with towels in warm water and then thrown all of that in the dryer at the same time. And they repeat this thing week after week after week. And I'm just like, stop. Because guess what this is going to get you? It's going to get you a pair of jeans that are going to wear out faster and look more worn in less time. And that means you got to start this whole buying process over again. Taking care of your jeans is just as important as finding the right jeans in the first place. So what do you do? What do you do after you find your perfect pair of jeans? You're like, okay, Kel, I won't throw them in with the towels anymore, but what am I supposed to do? And I would tell you to treat them like the beloved item that they are. Number 1, only wash when necessary. You don't have to wash your jeans after every wear. That's my first thing. So it may be a situation if you wear the same pair of jeans, say 3 to 4 times in a week, yeah, you may be washing them every week. But if you just wear a pair of jeans once and then you don't wear them for a couple weeks after, hang them back up. Step number 2, wash them in cold water and inside out only with other jeans. The reason being cold water actually helps decrease the shrinkage and the wear and tear on those man-made fabrics that we were talking about earlier. Washing inside out actually means that the zippers and snaps aren't going to beat up the outside of your jeans. So throw them in the wash with some cold water, a little bit of laundry detergent, maybe even on the delicate cycle, but make sure that you're only putting jeans in with jeans. You put them inside out, and again, that cold water, because it's going to help keep your jeans looking better longer. 3, air dry. So stretchy stuff is going to stretch out over time. It's impossible to stop it, right? And nobody tells you that. If you think about it, think about a rubber band. And a rubber band that gets used too much or a rubber band that's old, it's going to lose its stretch over time. Like a brand new rubber band, super tight, it can hold everything really firmly. A rubber band that's 3 years old, that's been used a lot, has a hard time like being able to hold things together. Your pants with stretchy stuff are no different. But the thing that nobody tells you about is if you want to speed that process up, add some heat and agitation to the mix. Heat breaks down stretchy stuff faster. And when the stretchy stuff gets broken down, it loses its ability to bounce back. So those jeans that you love are going to fit for about an hour after you get them out of the dryer. And then after that are going to be a baggy, hot mess. Why? Because the elasticity of the stretchy stuff is gone. Air drying allows your fabric to dry without heat or agitation. It allows your fabric to last longer because it's not getting beat up, right? And your stretchy stuff will last longer because it's not being destroyed by heat. Your beloved jeans, they're going to last longer. And then finally, store your jeans with love. Hang them up. Don't fold them in a heap and throw them in a drawer. Allow them to breathe and hang nicely. Again, because jeans have snaps and zippers on them, when you shove that all together in a drawer, that agitation with those snaps and zippers breaks down the fabric. Okay, making just these few tweaks when you shop, try on, and care for your jeans can ensure not only having great fitting jeans, but the same pair of jeans that you love to wear for years and years to come. Want to take it a step further? In addition to the 5 mistakes that I just shared with you, the biggest mistake that I see women make is not wearing the right cut, style, or color of jean for their body type. Wearing the right jean style makes such a difference in your overall silhouette, and most women are not sure what type of jean to buy for their body type. But you know what? I got you covered. I'm going to tell you what your body type is. If you click the link below in the caption, you're going to see a link for our proprietary body type calculator. And once you click on the link, you just have to enter 3 measurements in, and we will tell you what your body type is and the best way of dressing it. Best part, the calculator's free. So go on, click the link. It's the next step. Kind of learned how to shop for your jeans. Wouldn't it be great to know what jeans to wear? All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. I hope that this gave you a little bit of insight, maybe made you think of a few things that you hadn't thought of before as you're trying on jeans, shopping for jeans, and deciding which jeans to keep, and then even a step further, how to care for those jeans. And here's the thing. The more educated we become on the fashion process, the more it allows us to be empowered and confident shoppers. It allows us to use our hard-earned money the best way possible, and it allows us to have a wardrobe filled with things that we love to wear. So have an amazing rest of your day. You learned something new. That's pretty cool. God bless, take care, and I will be seeing you guys soon when I have more tips about body types and fashion and how to adore your wardrobe. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.